David, thank you so much for that introduction. And that was a piece of history that perhaps I didn't feel like sharing, but there you go. Anyhow, nice to see you, and nice to see you, Cynthia. Thank you so much for joining today.
Nice to see you, Molly. I sent David like 10 interesting things about me, and he had to talk about my brother. Apparently that's the most interesting thing everywhere I go.
Well, the twin thing follows me everywhere I go, so no worries. I think we're on the same page there. Well, thanks again for taking some time today to speak with us. And I would love to just get started with hearing a little bit more about you, your role, what you oversee at Walmart, and the divisions that you work with. Please feel free to let us know a little bit more about you.
Of course, I lead two teams at Walmart, and in both cases, it's marketing that we do, and it's adoption and engagement that we're accountable for. One of them is our mobile app, which it's primarily an e-commerce app, but not exclusively an e-commerce app, and that team is in charge of getting people to install it and to use it as a primary way to engage with Walmart. And then the second team is a Walmart Plus team. We launched a membership program about a year and a half ago. And my team also oversees full funnel marketing, brand awareness, acquisition, and engagement with the ultimate goal of retention.
Got it. So I'm curious, retail has definitely become an omni-channel experience. And I'm curious how the organization at Walmart actually is structured between digital and in-store workflow. Yeah. Which basically enables a seamless customer experience across the channels. If you could tell me a little bit more about that, I'm sure the audience would love to know.
Of course, a few years ago, Walmart shifted from having very delineated teams and roles to being more of an omni-channel organization. And I think it makes sense for Walmart because we are such an omni-channel retailer. And it was great to be inside the organization while this happened. So while we have teams that are exclusively focused on digital, like the digital channel owners, the rest of the organization operates in a very omni-channel way. If you think about the teams that I oversee, mobile, it's not just used to place orders, e-commerce orders. You can actually use it in the store. We have some pretty cool features and more features coming in the near future. Things like item finder. You can get to the store and find whatever you're looking for much faster. And our stores tend to be pretty big, so it's a good feature. You can find more information about a product if you're standing in front of the aisle. If you want to check out quicker and you're a Walmart Plus member, you can use Scan and Go, which is you scan a QR code and you don't have to go through the regular checkout process. So it is an omni-channel tool, and that's how we market it. That's how we want people to use it. And on the other hand, in Walmart Plus, the benefits of the program are omni-channel, will continue to be omni-channel. So we all have stopped thinking about channels and have started thinking about customers and what they want, because I think I'm not saying anything super innovative or earth-shattering. People engage with retailers thinking you are one retailer, you have to serve me as a customer, you don't have to push me to a channel. I choose how I shop. If I want to shop online, pick up in store, that's what I'm going to do. If I want to do the exact opposite, that is what I'm going to do. So we try to have a cohesive approach to the customer with the customer at the center of our decisions.
I remember the customer is always number one.
Yes.
So I'm also curious, along those lines, how did the integration of the grocery app into a one app change the business?
I mean, it's been amazing. It's been great for the business if you think of, and for the customers, because for those that don't know, we used to have two apps. The app for e-commerce, basically for the things that came to your house in a box from a warehouse, and the app for groceries. And groceries, and the fact that people order their groceries from Walmart is one of our competitive advantages, because that is the most frequent purchase that most Americans have. So for us to be able to consolidate those two apps really put the power in the hands of the customer. Instead of having to go to one app or to the other app, they could just go to one app and decide how they wanted the fulfillment to happen. If they wanted it to arrive to their house, if they wanted to pick it in a store, and when they wanted that to happen, because if it comes from a warehouse, it's going to take longer than if it's coming from the store. So really, by migrating and putting both apps together, we put the power in the hands of the customer, and we also enable the customer to shop for everything they need at once. Because when you go to the grocery store in person, you don't just buy groceries, right? You can buy many other things. But when you go to an app that is primarily used for groceries, in your mind, you're like, I need to buy something that I wouldn't buy in the grocery store. I'm going to go to this other app. It was just too much work in the hands, like put in the too much burden that we were putting in the customer. So it really allowed the experience to be frictionless, much better. And we are seeing it in the behavior of our customers, the cross-pollination that is happening between grocery and other categories of purchases is happening much more seamlessly than it could have ever happened with two apps.
So I would imagine from that description that mobile usage has increased over time. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's exclusive for Walmart. We all have the wind behind our back. People are more comfortable ordering things on their mobile phones. I remember, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, I was in a different e-commerce company, and we were seeing specific categories that people wouldn't feel comfortable buying online, buying on their mobile phones. Maybe they couldn't like zoom in on a picture, so they wouldn't buy something that was too expensive, or it was one of those categories that took more time to consider. So they would see it on their mobile phones, but then they would go to the website, to the desktop, to really understand what they were gonna buy, and the transaction was happening in the desktop. And that difference in conversion rates between mobile and desktop has been reducing for many, many years, to the point where now people feel comfortable buying a car on their phones. So I think people feel comfortable buying houses on their phones. So yeah, mobile has become more prominent in terms of the share of revenue that we get. It's more happening on mobile. Sometimes it happens on mobile web, but it's happening more on mobile apps. And we want it to happen more in mobile apps because it's a better experience.
Yeah, that sounds like a big trend in retail right now. Yes. I'm just curious, in terms of using the mobile app, how does that affect bringing people to store?
I mean, we don't, as I was saying before, we don't necessarily want to push people to go to the store. We want them to shop anywhere they want, but there are specific things that the mobile app does, or a mobile experience does, that enable it. For example, checking inventory. And that was pretty important, for example, during COVID, when inventory of the most important things was moving very fast, and you didn't know, can I make sure that I'm going to be able to buy my Clorox wipes? So having inventory, like real-time inventory information, allows you to just make the trip more useful. And then if you connect that with our marketing channels too, like it doesn't just have to happen in our app. If somebody's searching on their phone and the inventory is available also in our advertising, then it makes that trip worthwhile, and it brings people to our store instead of somebody else's store, because the inventory, we are informing the audience of the inventory. Besides that, we do a good amount of geo-targeted marketing that drives people either to the store, or, for example, for Walmart Plus, we have a benefit that is fuel. It's a discount. It's a member price, 10 cents off your a gallon. In some fuel stations is less. And for us to be able to geo-target you, because the phone is with you all the time, we know where you are. If you're close to a fuel station, we can tell you, hey, if you need to put on gas, there's a fuel station that gives you the discount here. So we do try to show them the utility of their membership, or to show them what they could do at Walmart in a way that it feels very organic. Because if you get a push notification that it's useless, it's even more annoying than if you get an email that is useless. But if you get a push notification that is pretty useful, or even it doesn't have to be a push notification. It can be an ad, but it's on your phone. People really react well to it and act on it.
That's a new, it sounds like a new capability and feature of the loyalty program that you have.
Well, we launched it since the beginning, but people are finding it more and more, especially now with oil prices going up. It's more relevant for our members to be able to save anywhere they can. So fuel is becoming an important benefit for Walmart Plus.
And is that a strategy that you use for retention?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think most people join Walmart Plus because of our grocery delivery, but there's so much more to Walmart Plus. And we do see that people that use the other benefits are more engaged and then they retain more. So yes, we try to remind them of the benefits that they have so they use them, because as in any membership or subscription program, the more value a member thinks they're getting from the benefit, the more likely it is that they're going to stay. So we have to remind them sometimes. Walmart Plus has many benefits, and as you just noticed, some of them have lower awareness than others, and it's the job of my team as a marketing team to make sure that they know about their benefits, that they are reminded to use them, and after they use them, we do see an increase in retention when they use those benefits.
So a higher basket size potentially.
Yeah, well, in this case, we see retention as like the opposite of churn, so not canceling your membership. But the basket size is another thing that improves when you bring the right message at the right time. And the beauty of Walmart Plus and of the mobile app and of having an omni-channel presence is that we know more about our customers, so we can personalize their experience better, and we can help them make the most out of the shopping experience. At least I, as a customer, I really like the product recommendations. And when I check out, like I already added everything to my cart, I'm ready to check out, and the app tells me you didn't add these things, and I'm like, oh my God, of course I forgot these things that I always order. But maybe I usually order them in the store. Maybe I sometimes order them in the app. So the fact that we have that omni-channel view, it really allows us to give you the most useful recommendations. And yes, basket sizes increase in that way.
One of the things I noticed when I was shopping at Walmart recently was the employees also used mobile devices while they were going through and checking stock. I actually was looking for something for my daughter and I couldn't find it. And a very nice gentleman, I asked his help, and he brought a mobile device with him, which looked like an iPad, and started searching to be sure that it was in store. And lo and behold, it was. But he also offered, if it's not here, we'll either find it and deliver it, or we can ship it to you. And I thought that was just a great perk when I was in store. Certainly kept me shopping for quite a while, as well as it just was great customer service.
I mean, I think when I joined Walmart, I had to go on a store training, and I was blown away by the technology that our associates have in the store. Now that I've been at Walmart for a while, now that I understand that that's what makes Walmart like such a successful company, that you don't see what's happening backstage, but if you want avocados, you get to the avocado aisle or the avocado stand, and the person in charge of the avocados knows through technology how many avocados are left and when is it time to replenish them. Like, I'm the worst person to explain to you how all of this works, but I can tell you it's not by chance that as like the stores that are so big are still well stocked, that when you arrive you find what you want. It's not by chance. It's a lot our associates, but it's also a lot the technology that is enabling them, and there are a ton of engineers and product managers working on making that experience better.
In fact, I've noticed in your advertising recently that there's messaging around the associates. Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about how you prioritize your marketing and advertising efforts around customer loyalty and retention, and what happens in store?
Yeah, well, the marketing organization at Walmart doesn't only have as a goal to drive revenue. We really have as a goal to position Walmart in a certain way with all our stakeholders, and our associates are our stakeholders, and the communities that we serve are our stakeholders, our customers are our stakeholders. When you're a company the size of Walmart, the associates are also your customers. They live in the communities that you serve, and they are the ones that are engaging with our customers on a daily basis. So I don't oversee the teams that lead marketing, elevating our associates and showcasing in our marketing. But I love those campaigns because I think as a customer, when I see the way that Walmart treats their associates, the way that Walmart thinks about them, I feel more proud to work at Walmart. So just think about our marketing, even making associates like me more engaged in our job, because we're proud of how we are really helping all our associates succeed. There's a ton of programs to really make an impact on the lives of our associates at every level of the organization.
And what about mobile advertising in general? How do you prioritize, and how does that fit into your overall mix?
I mean, we want to find our prospects and our customers wherever they are. And mobile is more and more important for what you're saying. People are attached to their phones. Sometimes I wonder if my baby thinks it's part of my hand. It's just, it must be like, why don't I have this machine on my hand, this extension of my hand? It is part of it's with us everywhere we go. So we prioritize marketing to find them in the best possible way, in the most efficient way. And when it comes to mobile marketing, what we want them to be able to transact, to find what they're looking for, to transact. We don't try to push the mobile app immediately, because the mobile app has a role in marketing, has a role in the life cycle of somebody as a customer. If I don't know you, if I've never bought from you, don't ask me to download an app right away. Let me experience your brand, let me experience your company, and then find the right time to tell me it's download the app. So for us, app installs campaign play a different role than mobile app campaigns, than mobile marketing campaigns. And it's all about, what do we know about you? How much have you experienced Walmart that we are going to tell you, okay, just go to our M website and make a purchase, or download the app, or even open the app if you already have it. Because a lot of people have the app open, but their search doesn't start at Walmart. It may start somewhere else. So we want to make sure that we're recognizing where you are in your relationship with Walmart, and that's where we drive you. But more and more we're spending on mobile marketing, because that's where people are searching for things, because it takes them a week to build a grocery basket. They're not building the grocery basket on Sunday. They don't block an hour like they used to go to the grocery store. Throughout the week, they're building the basket. So we want to be driving to the phone, to the app, to the website, the M web, so they can build their baskets.
Sounds like customer journey is really important in your strategy then.
Totally, exactly.
And then I'm curious about, how do you think about retargeting then? Because you are using data to better understand the customer, you're recognizing their journey specifically, so you're personalizing the offers potentially, or what someone could be buying in store or cross channel. How do you then think about retargeting, and what are your methods there that you use?
So it's different for the mobile app than for Walmart Plus. Walmart Plus is a longer consideration purchase. Even though it's not really a purchase, you get a 30-day free trial. It doesn't take the same amount of time to decide to buy a roll of toilet paper than it would take to join a membership program, give your credit card, we're gonna charge you on a monthly basis. So it takes a little bit longer. And Walmart Plus is, it takes some time to explain, because it's not just grocery delivery, it's a lot more. So it depends on where you came from, what we know about you. Are you already a Walmart customer? Are you already a Walmart digital customer? Did you come because you already had intent to join Walmart Plus, or did we bring you from somewhere higher in the funnel? Let's say that you clicked on a display ad. You probably don't know a lot about Walmart Plus. So we can't expect that the conversion rate from a display ad is going to be as high as the conversion rate from a Google ad, from an SEM ad, or somewhere in between, like an influencer. So depending on what we think you know about Walmart Plus, it's how much it's going to take you to convert, and it takes sometimes many visits for you to convert. So we use the information that we have about you on your relationship of Walmart to decide how much we are going to retarget you and how much we are willing to pay for that retargeting, for that ad. Because we know that some people are going to be much easier to convert because of the relationship that they have with us. Some people will be much harder. And also some people will convert, but we already know the lifetime value is not going to be great, right? Because maybe you're not somebody that really fits our target, or maybe we don't even have delivery to where you live. So am I willing to pay as much for somebody that can't use our main benefit? Not so much. I'm going to lower my bids. So that's kind of how we think about retargeting based on what we know.
So it sounds like programmatic is important then in your strategy for customer acquisition.
Totally programmatic. We use segmentation I imagine most people use segments based on lookalikes, based on first-party data as much as we can. We create personas. We already have enough information to anticipate with a high degree of accuracy how likely you are to convert and what your lifetime value is going to be. So we set bidding based on those parameters. And then we do a lot of creative testing, dynamic content optimization, because some people will react better. For example, for conquest, what we call competitive conquesting campaigns. These are campaigns where we go and target people that we know are buying from direct competitors. Mm-hmm. So we know that the value proposition of Walmart Plus and the competitive advantage, it's value. Like you cannot get better prices on any other subscription program. I mean, maybe one day you get a deal, but really, if you compare on an ongoing basis, it's unbeatable. So, and we don't mark up our deliveries. Like you really get the same prices as in store. So if somebody is buying from a competitor and paying either every time they pay a fee for delivery, or they are part of a subscription program, but they are paying markups on top of the price of the item, to those people, we tell them, come to Walmart Plus, there's no markups. But for some people, like our Walmart customers, they know we have the best prices. They know we have no markups, so we don't have to tell them that. But they may be nervous about somebody else picking the groceries for them. So for them, we tell them, this is coming from your store. And this is how we train our associates to pick your groceries. So depending on, again, what we know about you, it's the message that we're going to be putting in front of you.
Wow. Sounds like you have some very specific guardrails in your overall strategy for loyalty and acquisition and retention.
I mean, we test everything. So these things that I'm telling you are just like nuggets of things that we've learned, but we continuously launch new things, test new things, because also the same message loses relevancy pretty quickly. So we change it up.
And actually, that brings up a question. So how is it that you remain consistent, or what do you do to remain consistent with your marketing messages across channel? Because obviously an experience on a mobile device is going to be very different than on a desktop. Even in store, maybe QR codes when a customer is scanning to either join the membership or look for product. Tell me a little bit about how you keep consistency across each channel with your marketing messages.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to the creative team, honestly, because they really help us stay on track. It is much harder, I think, when you're in a company the size of Walmart with so many messages, so many marketing teams putting messages out there, stay consistent. But I think our brand marketing team and our CMO has really set a clear North Star of what Walmart is and what we want to be in the minds of our customers, and in the case of Walmart Plus, in our members. So when you have that level of clarity, it's very easy to say this is on brand, this is off brand. Then for Walmart Plus, we're building a membership program that is aligned with what the Walmart brand proposition is. Like, we could build a membership program that had benefits that maybe weren't super on brand, but we really are choosing to build it in a way that it's consistent with the brand, that it enables our members to save money and live better, which is like, it's what Walmart has set to deliver on for our customers. We just do it in almost like a plus top way. You're gonna live even better and save even more with Walmart Plus. And then when it comes to consistency, it's all about processes and about just writing clear briefs and having a creative team that holds you accountable or holds everybody accountable to make sure that when you see all the pieces of a marketing plan, does it all ladder up to what you said was going to be the umbrella of how you present the brand. It took, I think, a lot of work to build the right processes for Walmart for the current marketing team, because we used to operate as digital and store, right? So when it becomes an omni-channel organization, a lot of work had to go into creating the right processes so the experience was the same in store and online, but it's the same team, so that makes it easy. Like, the creative team that designs our emails is also designing our in-store signage. So it's not that hard to have consistency when it's the same team.
Great. Well, I thank you so much for all of these details. You've really been helpful, I think, for others to understand Walmart and your position on apps and mobile advertising, as well as your marketing efforts across the board. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Mom.
I think it might be time for questions. I'm looking at the time here, and I'm looking for questions. So if any of you out there would like to answer or ask a question and have Cynthia answer it, please do use the QA and let us know, or the chat. I'll give them a second to do that. Okay. We have a quiet group today.
It was all clear. I explained it all.
Yes, well, you did. It's been a terrific session. Let's see. So I have one question that comes from an anonymous attendee. Are there concerns about app privacy and tracking restrictions from your end?
Yeah, of course. We have been preparing for this because we've known it's coming, and we know it's going to increase the cost to advertise on to advertise, basically to recognize who you are and to give you the most relevant message. So yes, there are concerns, but we've been talking about it for a year. We've been preparing for it, and we're just following the rules and trying to optimize our marketing as much as we can, so we don't see like 2x increase in CPIs or in cost of to do marketing or cost to acquire. But yeah, there are concerns just in terms of how much is it gonna impact our marketing costs. I think it's like everybody, we're waiting to see how much that happens.
Okay, we have another question, and it comes from Justin Sparks. And his question is, what is the biggest priority going forward for mobile maps at Walmart?
Well, I would say it's we want more people to download the app. We are currently already the most, I think every holiday season we're like the top downloaded app, but still there's more opportunity. And it's also in terms of using it, we want people to use it to know how they can use it outside of e-commerce. Because if our customers can make the most out of the app, they're going to be as obsessed with our app as I am. The thing is that it's hard to communicate. There's a lot of cool things in the app that customers don't know about, because they just go and quickly they want to add something to their cart. So we really want to communicate the richness of the features so they can use them for e-commerce purchases, but also when they're in the store to make their experience better. So let's get more people to install the app. Let's get those that have the app to use it in every interaction that they have with Walmart, it being in online or in store. And yeah, I mean, the biggest priority is for their thumb to go directly to the Walmart app whenever they have a need, which is, I think, the holy grail of any mobile app. And most people have a handful of apps that their thumb goes directly to. So we want to be one of those. We think we have what it takes when it comes to the features. We think we have really a best-in-class app. And now it's a matter of educating the customers on why is it so great.
Okay, and we have another question coming from an anonymous. Does the recent Apple update affect how your team approaches mobile marketing? And it says your cost per acquisition. I think you may have touched on the cost per acquisition part.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we think it's going to go up, and we are testing new ways to acquire or to get people to install. We're trying to leverage as much as we can own channels. And as I was saying, it's really about the right moment to drive that app install. I didn't get to tell you this, Molly, but I think your audience, like the audience, will find this interesting. We've always wondered, is there a correlation or a causality in the value of a mobile app install or a mobile app customer being higher? We all know, like, if you compare a customer that has a mobile app and a customer that doesn't have the mobile app, you will always have higher lifetime value among those that have the mobile app. But is it correlation? Yeah, if they're your best customers, they're more likely to download the app. And we actually have been able to prove that there is causality in this, that if you take the same person that wasn't going to download the app and you incent them to download the app, their lifetime value changes and they actually become better customers. But it's not everyone, it's not at the beginning of the relationship with Walmart. So the way that we approach it is we have all these own channels and they're our customers, so we can try to get them to download them once it's the right time. It's not like, let's just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. It's at the right time in the relationship with Walmart.
Yeah, and in the industry, we're hearing a lot about that, where it has to be a consistent experience. You have to deliver on your promises. We actually have a question that's somewhat similar to that. And it comes from Joe. Walmart is a massive brand, of course, but if you had to apply a percentage, how much do you attribute to natural app usage or organic versus marketing efforts?
I mean, I'm guessing, but it's mostly natural. I think well, actually, let me take a step back. We don't think of marketing just as push marketing. We also think of marketing as messages that we send you while you are on the site and on the app. We all know that a lot of people opt out of push notifications or emails. A lot of people just like get them and don't, if they're emails, they don't open them. If they're push, they just like don't even engage with it. But we do have marketing messages along the experience to help them find the right product, to increase their basket size. So if you put all of that into consideration, if you add the marketing messages that people get while they are transacting with us, it's a little bit higher. But you're right, Walmart has such high brand awareness, such organic recognition that our marketing, I can't give you a percentage, but it should be in the low in the single digits, I would say. Don't quote me.
We promise not to.
Which is different. Like when I worked in companies where marketing, even marketing driven revenue would be like maybe 40, 50%, 60% of the revenue, depending on where you are in the awareness of your company. You could be driving 60% of the revenue with marketing. In Walmart, we don't need to do that because of the recognition and also because of the footprint, the physical footprint.
Okay. And then I have, I think what will be our last question. Which channel do you find accelerates app growth the fastest? Is it mobile and app, or is it mobile web?
Well, mobile web is an excellent one, because these are people that come from every channel, owned, paid, I mean, earned. They just land on your mobile web experience, and you can recognize them. You can try to get them to download the app right then with, you know, the mobile banner that says download the app. But also, if they make a purchase, you can retarget them later. So for us, mobile web is really the step, one of the most important steps that people take before they are prime prospects for us to try to get them to download the app. So yeah, it's the mobile web experience is the stepping stone for mobile app growth.
That's super helpful. And actually, one last question, which I think is on everyone's
I
mind.
can't answer that.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Well, not because I can't, because I don't know. Like, I think we're doing we're experimenting a lot with live streaming, with immersive experiences. But what does it look like in the future? I honestly don't have an answer. So if I had, I would probably not be able to tell you, but honestly, I don't have it.
We understand. Well, thank you so much, Cynthia. This was really a delightful conversation and super insightful. I will pass it on back to David, and thank you, Brand Innovators, for having us today.